This lesson is about iron in terms of a pure metal, of course regardless of the trace elements that we can find in it. We will try to answer this question: how to tell old iron from new iron. In particular, we are going to test these two nails, and we are going to see which one is the oldest one. We are here in our workflow table, so we have iron, and we are going to look at iron when it's used like the main element, regardless of the trace elements that we can find in the metal. These are the two nails we are going to analyze. When it comes to date a piece of iron, basically, we know there is one big time frame, about 1850. Basically, in that time, it was developed a method that was removing sulfur from the iron and replace it with manganese in order to make this iron more stable, much less brittle. This formula synthesized gives an idea of the process. So basically, when we have this piece of iron, it contains some sulfur in the form of an iron sulfide. This sulfur comes from the fossil fuel that is used to melt the metal. Around 1850 they started to add manganese. And what happens is that manganese basically subtract the sulfur from the iron and is linked to the manganese. So it forms this manganese sulfide. Now, manganese sulfide is not brittle, and so this metal, this iron, is much more stable. And this method was very successful, so again, after 1850s, all the iron was treated with this process of adding manganese. We went in the lab, we tested our iron nails with the XRF spectrometer, and if we look at the spectra of the nail C and the nail D, they look the same. So we have a lot of iron, K-alpha and K-beta. The difference is when we magnify the scale of this spectra. In this case, you see they are stretched, so the K-alpha and K-beta of iron, they go off the scale, but we start to see here that there is this peak of manganese, K-alpha over here of manganese. It's present just in the nail D, so the red spectrum, this nail over here, while manganese is absent in the nail C, the black one. So indicating that this piece of iron is older than 1850, and this one was produced later.